Hey guys, Ash here again at Flight Sim Reviews, and today I wanted to look at one of my favorite flight planning tools known as Skyvector at skyvector.com. I will of course put a link to this in the description box so you guys can all easily access it. I have had a lot of comments and questions and private messages. What flight planning tool is there that's good out there? This is what I use, guys. So it's actually more of a real-world based tool. It can definitely be used in real-world flight planning. I do shy away from some of the simulator-based flight planning tools because, to be frank, they're pretty clueless about real flight planning, and they're just kind of getting you between point A and point B. And if you're interested in realism, guys, that's really not the best way to go about it. So anyways, guys, this is Skyvector. This is actually a website. It's not a program. So I'm going to go ahead and give you a walkthrough of it and hopefully show you how to use it, or most of the features. There's a lot of features in here. So anyways, guys, this thing has a lot of content. So what I want to do is I want to go up here and enter where our first waypoint is, identifier. Okay, so I'm going to say KAPA, which is my home airport. Boom, go. There's Centennial. And what that did is just center the map on the airport I inserted. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and you can either double click or roll your mouse wheel and zoom into the airport. It did not add that to any flight plan. It just moved the map to there. If you guys are pilots, you will know that this is a VFR or Visual Flight Rule sectional map. Okay, this is not an instrument flying piece of navigation tool. It is a this current map we're looking at is for visual flight, so general aviation, private pilots. Someone who is not instrument rated would be more akin to use this chart if you're not using a flight plan. You can, of course, find navigational aids on here, topography, a lot of things to look out for if you're lost, towers, mountains, stuff to reorient yourself if you become disoriented where you are. But this is not a instrument planning chart for jetways, etc. But that is all available here, and we'll get to that. So just to show you a quick flight plan, these red rings, I wanted to use my home airport. I almost didn't do the review here just because these red rings. These red rings are TFRs, and so if you guys don't know, TFRs are temporary flight restrictions, which means someone important. This one's a VIP. This means someone's important. It's most likely a presidential candidate's going to be in town on those dates, and you can't fly at those altitudes at those times in this area. So it's a restriction on where general aviation can go. So there's several of them. They are all for VIPs. We've had a few for fires lately out here, but these are all for VIPs at this time. So anyways, guys, if I right-click on the airport, it's really slick, guys. I'm going to get a little window that not only shows Centennial, it shows a little county airport and a GPS coordinate for where I just clicked my mouse. What I'm going to want to do is click Plan, and you'll see that that brings up a little box on the top left, and that shows Centennial. You'll notice that Centennial is a hyperlink, and this is one of the coolest things about this website planning system. This is everything you could possibly want to know about the airport. From when it was opened, all your information. It's 5885 feet above sea level, 1,000 feet above ground level is your traffic pattern. If you're flying the patterns, you know, doing touch and goes, that kind of stuff. ATIS, your weather, tower, ground, approach, departure, clearance delivery, frequencies, everything you could possibly want to know. Your nearby VORs, navigational aids. All your information on your runways, the actual address and phone number of the airport. Probably won't be using that too much in flight simming, but it's there if you want to call them. And takeoff minimums, alternate minimums, and here's your star and approach plates for the airport. So if you guys are hunting for charts flying your big Boeings, look at this website. It's got all the information you want for the United States. If you do a lot of international flying, this probably isn't as good of a website. You'll have to hunt for your star and your approach plates, but they are right here, and they're in PDF format to be downloaded really simply. They're all ordered by, of course, which star they are. And these are nearby alternate airports, so if you wanted to use an alternate with a heavy or any kind of planning system in your aircraft, FMC, these are good choices. Not only heading, but distance from this airport. So tons of information, guys. Not only that, but if you mouse over the airport facility directory, it's a little green book that pilots carry. There's a bunch of them for different regions. It's basically, this is a quick rundown of information that pilots would look at in their directory. It has a lot of the information I just showed you in long form. Also, if you click on it, it will give you the PDF. Here's the actual airport diagram. So it would show you each ground area. So when you called ground, it would be accurate. Here's your VFR sectional and your IFR instrument chart and a satellite view. So not as important there, but it's cool. That's all there. So anyways, guys, that is one way to make a waypoint. If you know your flight path, because it's something you fly a lot, you can just enter your VOR that you want to go to. So like FQF is Falcon. It's a very close VOR. It's kind of over by Buckley Air Force Base. And not only does it give us our direction, it tells us 12.8 nautical miles and 7 minutes at our entered ground speed here. So you can enter an average ground speed of the aircraft you'll be flying and get a very accurate estimation of how long it's going to take you to get there, not taking into consideration winds aloft and things like that. It does not have weather capability, but it does show notice to all airmen, NOTAMs, and TFRs and things of that nature. So anyways, guys, if I wanted to go to buyers, I'm just going to right click and hit plan. And, you know, you're looking at it, you go, man, look at this. I'm going to have to fly through all this KDEN Bravo airspace. And you know they're not going to clear you through that because they're always busy. So let's get out of this ring of Bravo airspace. So let's divert somewhere. Let's go down to Chaparral. So what I'm actually going to do is click this pink line, drag it down to Chaparral, and hit plan. And not only did it edit my flight plan, it conveniently added the waypoint right into my flight plan, right where it belonged. It's not out of order. It's all still neat and clean. It's added it into the distance. It's just a really slick tool, guys. So let's say I want to fly down to Pueblo now. I'm just going to go ahead and find the Pueblo VOR here and hit plan. Boom. There you go. Pueblo VOR. It actually gives you the radial you'll be flying on as well on the VOR. So if you're familiar with how to fly radials in the flight sim, that's another handy tool. So anyways, guys, this is a VFR sectional chart. So private pilots and that use this. If you don't know how to read it, there's a lot of places online you can learn. It tells you it shows you a lot of topography, shows your VORs, shows you some areas where you can't fly, or all the areas you can't fly under VFR rules. Restricted airspace is marked. There's a ton of stuff that's marked, but it's not an instrument-based map. If you want an instrument-based map, bang, there you go. There's all your jetways and VORs to navigate to and from. And just like the prior chart, you can right-click and hit plan, and you're there. And it's added to your flight plan. So if you know how to read a instrument chart with jetways, etc., you can totally use this to plan your entire flight and see which jetways you'll be utilizing, which VORs, which navigational aids, and then of course combine that with your SIDS and stars and approach plates, and you can totally do an instrument correct flight within the simulator environment. So anyways, guys, it has one other feature that I think is handy. It does have an airport lookup by state, so if you don't know your identifier, you can go ahead and look it up, or you can just pick maybe a random airport to fly to if that fancies what you want to do. If you go under charts, these are all available charts. Skyvector still is sort of in beta. It's very well fleshed out. I don't have any problems with it, but I think they are still adding features. These are all your sectional VFR charts. So if you want to see Salt Lake, there's Salt Lake's chart. You can zoom in, you can zoom out wherever you want. Essentially, this is the Salt Lake area chart. So if you want to see TAC, helicopter, en route high, en route low for essentially jetways and instrument charts, IFR area charts, they're all there, guys. You can just simply click en route high, bang, there you go. There's your en route high chart. So included with TFRs, NOTAMs, all kinds of information that you would want to know to make it a more realistic flight for FSX or whatever flight sim you really like. It's a really great tool. I think maybe some of you guys might be a little daunted because it's using real-world charts. It doesn't just spit out waypoints. But really, guys, it's not too hard to read a VFR sectional, and you don't really need to get into all of the instrument stuff unless you want to. And if you're using most of the instrument stuff, you probably know how to read the chart anyways. So I think it's a really great tool. I can't recommend it enough. This isn't really a review. I just wanted to show it to you guys on my channel. It's just a great tool for flight planning and trying to make it realistic, guys. You know, when you're trying to overlay TFRs and all that sort of stuff on other flight planners, it's just impossible. So, you know, if you want to have a realistic flight, this is the way to do it. This is a very accurate system for time and distance, and it's really nice that you can take your flight plan anywhere, click it, drag it, add a new waypoint, and you're done. I don't know that many planners that you can just make it that simple. So really slick planner there, guys. Definitely bookmark it. I'll put a link in the description box. And I really appreciate you watching Flight Sim Reviews. Please subscribe, please thumbs up my video. And thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate it, and I hope you stay tuned for more Flight Sim Reviews.